again, guys. I just thought that I would show y'all real quick since I was doing this how I do our meal planning. And I do mine 2 weeks at a time because my husband gets paid every 2 weeks. So I do it since with my planner, they give you the 7 days of the week and then a special occasions one. Well, what I did was I just drew a line down the middle so that I could divide the days into 2 different days. And so I dated them. And so this is going to start the 13th and it's going to end the 26th. So this is how I do our meal planning. So what I do is I don't meal plan for breakfasts because every morning the kids want something different, so I just cook as we go. And the majority of the stuff that I cook, everything is already on hand. I make all of our biscuits, pancakes. We now have a waffle maker, which I am super excited about. All that stuff I make by hand. It's all homemade, made from scratch. So I always have flour and milk and eggs and all that stuff. So what I do is I plan for lunches and dinner. So this is how I do it. I have a kind of like a master meal plan list, and I'll get it out when I'm doing my meal planning and pick, I have 14 of our favorite meals. And so I'll go through and put on there, the different meals that we like, and sometimes I'll throw in a new recipe every now and then, and if I do that, I plan it to where, if it doesn't turn out right, I might kind of have a backup. But anyways, this is how I do it. I do lunch and dinner, and so you've got the 13th, and then 14th, and then 15th, 16th, and so on and so on. And then starting back up here is the starting of the next week. So it's the 20th through the 26th. And right here it says Lunchables. This is not a store-bought Lunchable. So don't freak out, that I'm using processed foods or anything. This is, I make homemade Lunchables for my kids. This right here is, it says skewers. Well, that's what I do is I roll up some lunch meat and some cheese. I'll cut up a block of cheese and have little cubes, and I make them little skewer meat and cheese, and then I'll do either a fruit one or a vegetable one, and they just love those. They think that they're so cool. This lunch is a snack lunch, so that just means whatever's handy at that moment, that's what we eat. It's not a big deal. So a lot of the dinners that we make, it's enough for a light lunch the next day. So if you see leftovers, that's because the night before was something that could be a leftover. So taco soup, there's always enough, so that's leftovers. Let's see, here's the leftovers. So it's the night before's barbecue chicken leftovers. So it's just how I do that. And don't always have a special occasion, but the 16th up here, I have to bake cookies for our VBS. And that's a lot of cookies, guys, because last year we had a ton of children, and I was freshly pregnant, a month pregnant, and it was such a stressful week, but we got through it, and the kids had such a wonderful time, and it was so much fun. But I'm making cookies for it this year. So the way that my planner is set up, it's got the meal planner, And it's got your meal plan over here. Well, then you go over here, and I really love this. Because I can look at my meal plan and then go over here and write down all the stuff that we need for our meals. And like, I'm not going to take this to the store because it's just too big and bulky and heavy, but I'll write it down on a list, and when I go to the store I write down the prices as I buy the item because I like to keep it in budget. We have a grocery budget, and if I write it down I know what I'm spending and I know how much, you know, if I have to put something back, and that way we stay within budget. But over here it's got produce, deli and bakery, cereals, snacks and drinks, dairy, canned goods, frozen meat, condiments, spices and staples, and then miscellaneous. And like the miscellaneous would be like a household good items, like if you have to buy like paper towels, or like we're getting diapers and wet wipes right now for our baby, and all that. So but I'll write it down on a list before I go to the store, and that way I can have something smaller to have with me. And but this is how I do it, guys, and it's really simple. 9 times out of 10 we do stick to the meal plan. Things come up, and sometimes you're out, and sometimes it's just easier to grab something because it's getting late or something like that. But that doesn't happen very often. So, but this is how I do it. I write it all out. Friday nights are always pizza nights, so that's a very easy one. And like I said, I make these homemade. So all you have to buy is the cheese and the sauce and the toppings that you want. Chicken and dumplings, that's all homemade. Chicken casserole, that's all homemade. Cheeseburger pie, that's a real big favorite of my husband's. Chicken and veggie, that's we got some fresh vegetables from the farmer's market one time, and I just did like a stir fry with some chicken, and my husband was like, oh my gosh, you've got to make this again. So my girls loved it too. Taco soup, that's a favorite of ours. So just usually on Sundays I make like big meals, because it's a pretty easygoing day, like there's not a lot going on. And I always try to have leftovers for the lunch, because you get straight out of church, you don't want to do any cooking or anything, because it's already 12 o'clock and it's getting later, and you don't want to be in the kitchen for an hour cooking, and then it just throws off the whole day. But like breakfast, my family loves breakfast, so I'll make breakfast one night and fried chicken one night. So that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, this is in my planner. It comes separate from the planner. It's the home planner and it's got a space you can put your last name, and then household, and it's got to-do list, meal planner, house cleaning, and the budget section. And I absolutely love this. This is coming very in handy and everything. And I've already started filling out our budget, which I'm not going to show you that because that's got some personal information. But that's it. And I hope y'all liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. And stay tuned for more videos on how I keep our family away from chaos. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.